Let's talk about Kirk Franklin, because I think there's something seriously wrong with Kirk Franklin. And I'm not talking about him putting on lipstick for his music videos, I think. But as a Christian gospel singer, choir director, and songwriter, Kirk Franklin sure has some very concerning actions and words coming out of his mouth that should leave you as a Christian asking some very, very serious questions. From dancing provocatively in his gospel concerts, to him acting weirdly on stage and off stage, from him failing to admit that homosexuality is wrong in the Breakfast Club podcast, to him hosting a secular dating show, and to him saying things like,
I care less about what the Christian community thinks of me.
Really? To him saying things like,
Biggie J and Nas, the great scapegoat, the lion and the lamb will bow down to the goat.
Basically, Kirk Franklin has been a representation of what the contemporary music industry has been over the last few years. More renowned for commercialization of the gospel rather than ministration of the gospel. And that is why, like a few more you'll see in the consequent videos, so long as the commercial side is sorted, such people don't seem to have a problem with acting in a way that is unbecoming of a minister of the gospel. Take for instance Kirk Franklin's participation in the BET Awards, which is a secular award by the way. He is Kirk Franklin in the BET Awards show performing We Win with Lil Baby, a rapper who seemingly says good things about God, but then again goes to glorify sin in 99% of his rap music videos. And while you might argue this is an attempt by Kirk Franklin to reel in secular music artists into the gospel music space, I think it's the exact opposite. The song We Win being performed here, for example, is a gospel song by genre, but lyric-wise, it's as secular as any other secular song. This song has zero indications of the gospel. It has zero indications of humility and submission and surrender to God. As a matter of fact, the word God is not used any more than an ad-lib in a means to make the song achieve its gospel status genre-wise. In the song, God is portrayed as a means to the win, and much like the prosperity gospel of today, God is used as nothing more but a utility to success. And now we see a situation where instead of the secular side converting into the Christian, we see a situation where Kirk Franklin has been forced to dilute the gospel in order to make it palatable to those in the secular space. And as Charles Spurgeon said, if you cease feeding the sheep in order to entertain the goats, you're only going to end up ruining your own character. And as Kirk Franklin done so, well, how about we watch the trailer to a secular dating show that he and his wife are about to host, and then you be the judge of that.
Most people don't know when it comes to love, Tam and I are the unofficial matchmakers. And now we're switching up the game, bringing our matchmaking expertise to the TV screen.
Get naked on the first date.
We will share our wisdom when it comes to getting and maintaining a healthy, thriving relationship.
It's time to find the one.
Do you want to come to the mansion? Me and my girl Tammy, we're going to switch up the game a bit right here. Yeah. We're going to take an eligible bachelor and an eligible bachelorette.
They both have struggled to find that special someone.
We're going to make them live together as they both go on a mission to seek and find love. We bring the best singles Atlanta has to offer for dates.
So you just saw a trailer whose entire concept is putting single, unmarried people in a mansion and then letting them go all out in the sensuality. We've seen women paint men's bodies, we've seen couples making out, and so on. We're not talking about a marriage counseling. Heck, we're not even talking about a Bible study or something of the sort on marriage. We're not talking about anything that glorifies God, sanctity, and purity. We're talking about the exact opposite. And who's hosting all of this? A Christian, a gospel minister, Kirk Franklin. Still not convinced yet? Let's go back to the BET Awards, where as a recent customer, I didn't know this until I saw Kirk Franklin actually do it. Apparently, artists drop 16 bars in freestyle rap before the award show. I'm still not sure how it works. But apparently, and I don't know why, Kirk Franklin decided to participate. And look, there's no problem with that. We all know who Kirk Franklin is. He's a guy with a lot of energy, so why not? That's not the problem. The problem is what he said in the 16 bars. Now, you've only had a small part in the intro of the video where he says the lion and the lamb shall bow down to the goat. Yikes. Now, For those who do not know, the lion and the lamb are referenced multiple times in the Bible. John chapter 1, Revelation chapter 5. And for every single time the lion and the lamb are mentioned, they represent one person and one person only, and that is Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is the Lion of Judah and the Lamb who was slain. Revelation chapter 5, verse 5 and 6. The goat, on the other hand, is also referenced in the Bible. Actually, Jesus Christ talks about goats in the Bible, and he's not talking about himself. In Matthew chapter 25, verse 31 to 33, Jesus says, "When the Son of Man comes in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then he will sit on the throne of his glory. All the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate them one from another, as shepherds divide sheep from goats." And he goes on to say, "And he will set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left." And what does he say about the goats on the left hand? This is what he says in verse 41. "Depart from me, you cursed, into the everlasting fire prepared for the devil and his angels." You see, the goats were described, but they were described as people who openly rebelled against God. Okay, so what is Kirk Franklin's explanation for his own statements? Well, this is what he says. Basically, he says that the lion and the lamb are people who think they have made it in the industry, and that the goat, which in slang means greatest of all time, actually means Jesus Christ. Well, that kind of makes sense, and that doesn't kind of make sense, because the lion and the lamb is Jesus Christ. So if the goat is Jesus Christ bowing down to Jesus Christ? And even if the lion and the lamb are the artists that he says they are, let us look at the context. Let us look at the things he says before the infamous line to see if his defense makes sense. He says, "I don't mean to preach, just trying to make you think. I was a dirty dish, now me and God in sync." So far, I don't see any problem. But then he says, "Like Biggie, Jay, and Nas, the greatest capable, the lion and the lamb will bow down to the..." I can't even finish the statement. Now, Biggie, Jay, and Nas are secular. They are all secular artists. And we know which goat they bow down to. So make it make sense. When you say the goat, when you say the lion and the lamb will bow down to the goat, and you liken that to secular artists that we know are Satanists, how does it make sense that the goat that they are bowing down to is the Jesus Christ that you claim to preach? I don't think there's any other explanation to this. Sadly, I think Kirk Franklin has not only just lost the way, but has switched up entirely. And I didn't make this video to defame or attack Kirk Franklin, but to speak the truth. Kirk Franklin is not a minister for the sheep. He is a goat, dancing for other goats. And I think he should repent rather than defend the works of his flesh. And as for you, I think you should be sober. I think you should be vigilant. Because the devil, as the Bible tells us, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. Having said that, that is all I have for you guys today. My name is Rokin Mwenda, this is the King Christian. I'll see you on the next one.